What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I'm sorry for not uploading for the past 3, maybe 4 months. I got really busy with school, just haven't had time to record this video. I've actually been meaning to record this for almost a week now. I just never got around to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the hood, show you guys what we got going on. All right, so the issue today is the headlights. The lenses were replaced with DE ones almost a year ago now, I think. I painted the housings as well, but the issue is that we keep getting water in there because the gasket maker that was used for this, there wasn't enough applied. As you guys can see, like, there's gaps and stuff. So I have to pull them apart again and fix that. Also, I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there's scratches on the inside of the lens due to like the previous owner. Their car was in an accident, and this like the entire housing came apart, and so it shoved against the lens and it cracked the lens. Well, it didn't crack it, but it scratched it. So it looks really bad at night, but it was better than my OEM ones, which if I find them, I will show you. But let me turn on the lights and you guys can see. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't work. Alright, so I did a bad job setting up the frame, but you guys could see the driver's side headlight just didn't turn on. So I'm going to pull it apart. I believe the ballast is wet. Whenever they get water in the headlights, it always drains to the bottom, which is where the ballast sits. So I'm pretty sure it just has water in there, so it just keeps forcing it to not turn on. I've had this issue in the past. I've had to take apart the ballast, clean it, put it back together multiple times on multiple occasions. So I'm pretty used to that by now. But let me show you. Let's just pull out the headlights and then we can get started with the process. It's pretty easy, to be honest. I picked up, where is it? I picked up this butyl rubber sealant. So this stuff is supposed to be waterproof, and it's supposed to be what you use on headlights, from what I understand, from what I read. Previously, I wasn't too educated about this, so I used a gasket maker. I used Ultra Black, I believe, which is supposed to be fluid resistant, but I guess I didn't use enough. So that's why I bought one of these, and then I have a little gun for it too. So that should make the process a lot easier, because I know it made the oil pan and the upper oil pan way easier to do now that I had the gun for it. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let me show you what we need to remove. So there are 3 bolts that hold in the headlight. You have this top one, which is usually cracked for Z owners. You have one on the side right here, which connects the fender to the headlight. And then you have one down below, which if you come around the front, is right here. So those are the 3 bolts that hold it in place. Yes, you'll have to pull off the front bumper. Luckily, mine is sitting over there, so I won't have to do that. But these 3 bolts are mirrored on the other side. Once you do that, this headlight comes straight out. The only issue is the wiring harness, because that side always gets stuck. This one, the harness, it's not clipped in properly, and it won't clip in, so it's easier to get out on this side. But basically just stick a screwdriver in there if you can't press down hard enough, and then you'll be able to undo the clip. So here's a time lapse of that.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase.
Alright, and just like that, both headlights have been removed. It's just 3 10mm bolts. I think I might have said that before. So now looking at the lens, or not the lens, but the headlight itself, we need to remove everything that's on the back of this. So you need to remove this cover, and then you'll get access to the actual HID. You remove this. This is the ballast, which is where I think my issue is. Remove all of the plugs. If memory serves, I think there's 5 Phillips head bolts that hold this in place. So you have one there, one up there, one there, and then one right down in there. But yeah, you can see all the water on the inside of the lens now that I've like switched it around a little bit. So chances are if I was to flip this over, dry it out, and then try to plug it in again, it would work. But just to be safe and pull it apart, clean it out, and put the new gasket on. Just be careful when you pull it apart. The gasket maker gets everywhere, so make sure you're not wearing any clothes you really like.
And love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
All right, guys, so I'm picking this up just about a week later. I think it's been 8 days, but there were some unfortunate problems that I had with those headlights. My oven, which was the perfect size the first time I did this, apparently it melted the front of the headlight, and I was just too sad and depressed to actually show you guys. It's in the garage, so I might show you guys later, but my car's been demoted to being outside for now because we're repairing one of the other cars, and it's gonna be in there for a few days. So I have a new box here that we're gonna open up and set up for the Z. So I hope you guys enjoy this unboxing, and we'll get the light set up and put up in the car. All right, so I don't exactly have a long angle lens, so you're gonna have to do with what you can see. I'll hope to keep everything in frame. So we have a box from Spec-D Tuning. I don't know if it's in frame, but this is an aftermarket company that makes all kinds of stuff. I think they even make exhausts and stuff as well. So I don't have really high hopes because I paid I think around $300 for this. Ordered it through a retailer at Walmart. So I have an 07Z, which means my car came with the HIDs. So I had to go in and buy these, especially for the HID models, because the halogen ones aren't the same. So hopefully they did send me the right ones. We got some packaging material, quite a few of them. Oh, they give a convenient little instruction manual as well for how to fix defective, or what to do if they're defective. Yeah, so this was an issue that I had with the previous lights, which is what prompted me to do this. I had condensation in them, so I needed to do whatever steps they said. I made sure I had proper connections and all that, but I was gonna redo it with silicone this time. Unfortunately, we had that incident and I wasn't able to do it. But yeah. All right, let's get this out now. Make sure I leave the plastic on there. Ooh, these look nice. I thought the LEDs would be a little more apparent. I'll take the shielding off when I get it on the car so that I don't scratch it, but I thought the LEDs would be way more apparent like they were on the camera, or at least from the pictures on the website. And I'm glad that they're not. They're kind of like low profile, like you don't see them that as much as I thought you would. So let's get the other one out, and then we'll put them side by side and get them set up with the bulbs and all that from the previous lights. All right, so now we have both of our lights and we have both of our respective lighting hardware. I do have this issue with the ballast though. You guys can see they're kind of crusty on the inside. That's because of water damage, or not water damage, but water seeped into it because of the previous headlights and the condensation with them. So I need to clean that out real quick. Last time I just used compressed air and then just lube up the O-ring a little bit so it doesn't crack, and that's pretty much it. So let me get these on a towel flipped over and then we'll get to installing them. Okay, so now that we have the light all flipped over, we can see it does come with its own harness, which is convenient. And it does look a little bit cheaper than the stock OEM one does. It doesn't have the shielding over it, which I guess isn't an issue because I'm sure they thought of that while they made this. And then we have the cover for the ballast right here, so we just need to unscrew that, screw the new one in, and then we can take this off right here, which should come off if we spin. There we go. Comes off way easier than my previous one did. lost a gasket, but no worries, we can just replace that in a minute. Let's see, we can just pop the pins out and then grab our HID bulb right here, take it out of its little socket, and then each bulb can only be oriented one way, so just make sure you match up the notches with where the notches are on the inside of the housing. Okay, so these bulbs do not utilize all of the tabs for like the tabs that the bulb fits into, so that was giving me a bit of a trouble, but finally got it in there. It's nice, locked and secure. So we can take our igniter, I believe is what this thing is called, and then we can just rotate it on here and feed the cable up to the ballast area, which is where it will be connected eventually. However, to begin, should have pulled off this ballast cover to begin with. So let's get that off real quick. Now you can remove this cover, use it on your previous lights, do something with it to cover up this ballast area, which is not going to be used anymore. So let me clean this up real quick and we'll be right back. All right, so I cleaned them both up, got them as clean as I could for the time being. Probably gonna have to replace these sooner than later because of the water that was sitting in them for a while. So, and then this residue, don't know what that's from. And then the O-ring, should have replaced it, but I mean, you live and you learn, right? So I'm gonna throw these in now and we'll continue from there.
Through the highways till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. We
do have our low and high beam adjustment on the side right here. So basically you loosen and tighten these screws depending on how much you want your angle of your light to go up and down. There's a nice video on Donut Media for that, so I won't be doing a tutorial on that. I'll probably be using their tutorial to do it. So for this light, that's pretty much it. All right, so we're all cleaned up in the house. It is like 100 degrees outside, so I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible and get some content for you guys. So let's head outside, get these installed, and hopefully do a check on them, make sure they're all running. Lights all plugged in and everything, so you guys can see the running lights are on the side. Might be hard to see with the filter over it, or with the paper over it, but they are indeed on. So now let's go back to the car. Go one more to headlights. Can hear them whining, at least I can. So my headlights are white, but they do look blue over the film. Nice. So now let's try blinkers. I don't think blinkers work when the car's off. At least they're not supposed to. And they don't. So my blinker's going really fast, which apparently is an issue with these lights. I hope there's no wind, but it is blinking really fast. Swap to the other side. This one is also blinking really fast, which is apparently an issue with these lights. I don't care too much because my car doesn't actually blink. Can't see it, but when my turn signals are on, my car doesn't beep like they normally do. Yeah, so it is going really fast. Common issue with these, couldn't care less, to be honest, because now I'm in the car. I don't hear it. All right, again, sorry for the wind, but let's see if the hood closes without damaging anything. Alrighty, looking good on both sides. Still looking good. All right, fully closed. The headlights line up pretty good. Yep, pretty good. No issues, I don't think. Plus they look way better. And just like that, the Z has new taillights. Only took 8 days, but it does have new headlights. Hopefully these ones don't leak. I do know that the company says that there are issues with them leaking here and there. And aside from that slight issue with the turn signals, I couldn't care less about the turn signals. Again, I try to bring out content whenever I can. So I can't spend thousands of dollars like these other YouTubers do to get new mods, new content every single day. I just don't have it like that. I'm sure most people don't. But whenever something does go wrong with the car, something I need to fix, something I want to upgrade, something like that, I do get it done. So I'll try to get it on video for you guys. Anyways, enough rambling. I will let you guys go. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.